Stephanie! I thought about what you said. And the way things have been around here, you're right. I mean, they haven't been good for any of us.
So you'll talk to CJ?
Yeah.
Good. That makes me very happy, because I know you can make him understand that this is the best thing. Now, if he needs any help finding a place to stay or anything...
No. I don't think you understand. I'm not going to tell him to leave. And neither are you.
So, there we all are, sitting at the breakfast table, just one big happy family, and they start spewing this garbage about private swimming lessons, and then Stephanie invites Amber to join her little book club.
Excuse me, book club?
Yeah, so Amber can mingle with other mothers in the neighborhood. I mean, God, Mom, it was pathetic. It was pathetic the way they were sucking up to her.
Yeah, well, surely Amber saw right through this. Didn't she?
Mom, it's really hard for her. You have to understand that, okay? She has looked up to these people for so long, and she wants so desperately to believe that they care. But they don't. They don't. And they see her vulnerability, and they completely exploit it in true Forrester fashion. All they want is little Eric. But they put on this act like Amber is their new best friend, and you know what? If I wasn't here, I really think that she would fall for it.
Amber's a very lucky young lady to have you in her life, son.
Yeah, well, apparently Rick doesn't think so. In his mind, I'm holding her back.
From what, exactly?
A real relationship with him.
I see. Well, I find that a little bit unusual from a young man who was so quick to throw Amber out of his life and his home.
Oh, yeah, but he's changed his mind now. And, you know, Amber, given the choice between a Forrester and me, well, you know, it wouldn't take a second to decide that.
You know, I must say I'm very disappointed in Rick. I've always been fond of him. And I actually believed that the Forrester arrogance was going to skip a generation with him. I guess I was wrong. I guess there's no cure for it.
I don't know. He might wake up once Amber gives him the shaft. God, Mom, let me tell you something. As much as I hate living here, I'm gonna love to see how he deals with that one.
CJ, you know, there's no one in the world that enjoys seeing the mighty Forresters trip over their egos and fall on their collective faces. But I'm more concerned about you right now. And I am just wondering if it's possible that your attraction to Amber might have something to do with your being able to lord it over Rick and rub his nose in it.
You think I'm using Amber to get back at Rick and his family? I love Amber, Mom. I told you that. And you still don't believe me, do you?
Oh, son, it's not a question of believing you. But I have no way of knowing for certain what your real feelings are. And my problem is I'm not sure that you do either.
Of course I know how I feel.
Do you, son? Just remember all of the things that have happened to you recently. Take a long look at all of these things. First, there was Becky, this beautiful young girl you fell in love with and married and then lost to a tragic illness. And then there was Macy, who was taken from us so suddenly and so horribly. And then there's Rick. You had a falling out with him. That means you lost your best friend. And there's this custody suit with little Eric. It's a lot to handle, son. And through it all, Amber has been by your side. It's only natural that the two of you would start to depend on each other.
It's more than that, Mom. It is.
How much more, son? Have you really taken a long look at this?
Mom, you know, you don't have to overanalyze everything in your life, okay? Sometimes you have to go with how it feels.
Oh, yes, I understand that. You can go with how it feels. But not when there's a little child involved. CJ, listen to me. You are at a major crossroad in your life here. And whatever path you choose to take, you have got to be sure you're doing it for the right reasons. And that means, darling, that it can't have anything to do with what Becky wanted, or what Amber and little Eric want, or what Rick wants. You have to look into your own heart and see what is truly in there. You have to ask yourself how much you really care about Amber. and how much you are prepared to offer her. Something to think about, honey.
Will someone fill me in here? What the heck happened between you two?
There's no more to tell.
Rich, you're leaving out the best part. Look, I think you need a little history here. You see, during that time, I was sort of desperate for a child. It's hard to explain, but it took over my life. And it became more important than my career and my relationships. But with a little patience and a little doing, as you can see, I got my wish.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very, very excited.
But what does this have to do with you and Ridge?
Well, who do you think made it happen? Look, I know you're mad at CJ, and I don't even blame you.
Amber.
But
To lose two people that you love so suddenly, of course you'd be angry. But CJ's anger is misdirected. It's directed at us. And it's filling the house with hostility. I won't tolerate it.
well, you don't have to. Just let me talk to him, okay? You said it yourself. He would listen to me. You know, I can get him to chill out.
I think you're oversimplifying the problem. CJ is an angry young man, and a little conversation isn't going to turn it around.
I can get through to him. You at least have to let me try, for little Eric's sake.
It's the baby that's my main concern. Are you forgetting that the whole reason you moved here is because of CJ's temper? He's out of control, honey, and it frightens everyone.
He would never hurt the baby.
He's already hurting the baby. It's traumatizing for a child to be around that kind of anger and hostility. You saw it yourself this morning.
Yeah, I saw it, and I wasn't very happy about it. But I've also seen a lot of things that you haven't. And like the look on little Eric's face when CJ reads a story to him. Or when he plays guitar to him. God, Stephanie, he absolutely adores him. Please, please, Stephanie. He just lost his mother. I don't want him to lose CJ too. Please, Stephanie, just give it one more chance.
I know I'll regret this, but all right.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, you are not gonna be sorry. You are never gonna be sorry. I'm gonna go talk to him right now. Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, you're saying that Ridge is responsible for your pregnancy?
No.
Yes. Well, more than anyone else, except for maybe his wife.
His wife? I'm sorry, I'm just not following you guys here.
Well, they were both so supportive, taking me to the clinic and interviewing the doctors and holding my hand during the procedure. And let me tell you, that was not very sexy.
What procedure?
The artificial insemination. I thought I told you.
Oh, no. When you said that Ridge was responsible for your pregnancy, I just thought that you meant that he and you
Oh,
were over it.
you thought that he was the father.
I'm sorry, jeez.
Isn't that funny, Ridge?
Oh, yeah. Hilarious.
We almost started a rumor here. No, I just thought it would be a great angle for your article, going back to your original idea about showing how strong their marriage is. If Taylor could be so close to her husband's ex.
Yes, you're right. It says a lot. I have got to get on this. New York is waiting to hear from me on this story.
This has been really enjoyable.
It's been a pleasure. And bye, Ridge.
Bye.
Well, that ought to take care of him.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm trying to protect your reputation.
By telling a reporter I fathered your child?
I never said that.
Well, you damn near did, Morgan.
I'm just messing
No,
with
this
you,
isn't a
Ridge.
joke. This is my life.
I understand that, Ridge. But you should trust me.
I'm not so sure I can, Morgan. I'm not so sure I can go through with any of this either.
Well, do you really have a choice? I mean, really?
I don't get it. I mean, you used to like Amber.
That was before we found out what a liar she was.
You see everything in black and white, don't you?
Rick, she tricked you into marrying her. How is that a good thing?
It's not good, but Amber is a good person.
Uh-huh. You must really love that kid, that's all I can say.
What, you think I'm just pretending to care about Amber?
You are not going to convince me it's true love.
Oh, this
okay?
coming from the expert on the subject.
It's just bizarre. You could have any girl you want. All my friends think you're hot. So why pick some loser con artist?
Don't talk about her like that.
Oh, it's the truth.
No, it's not. Look, Amber has made some mistakes in her life, all right? But she's sorry, and she's trying really hard to make up for them.
Okay. Jeez.
I didn't mean to bite your head off. It's just... she's really important to me.
No, not on the collar, a little further down. Well, I've got a picture of it in a book here. I'll fax it to you. Thank you. Ridge, wait.
I can't deal with you right now, Morgan.
Are you gonna hold this against me forever?
You don't have a clue, do you, what's happening in my life?
Nothing has happened to your life.
I'm lying to my wife, which doesn't mean much to you because lying comes so easily, but I hate it. And I hate myself for doing it. And it's not going to get any better now because now I'm going to have a child that my wife knows nothing about. If I tell her, it turns her life upside down. If I don't, the secret eats me alive. You want to help me, Morgan? You really want to help me? Have a miscarriage.
Hey, Siege! There you are. We need to talk.
Yeah, I know.
You can't pull stuff like that.
Like what?
Like this morning at breakfast.
Oh, that's not really an issue.
Yeah, it is an issue. You know, Stephanie was gonna throw you out.
Yeah, well, she's not really gonna have the chance to, Amber.
What do you mean?
My mom stopped by a little while ago, and we had a really long talk.
About?
You. Us. And, she said a lot of things that I really needed to hear.
Mother doesn't like me very much.
Actually, Amber, this time she was looking out for you. Looking out for you and little Eric. And a lot of the things that she said were right. I mean, you guys can't afford to mess around
Mess around.
with someone who isn't serious.
How?
Look, Amber, if little Eric weren't in the picture, you and I, we could keep on, doing what we're doing, just relaxing and waiting to see what happens between us. But, Amber, you're a single mother, and you need more than that. And if I'm not ready to give it to you, then what the hell am I doing here?
So you're leaving, is that what you're saying?
Would that bother you if I just left?
No.
Not even a little.
What do you want me to say, CJ? That I'm happy you're leaving? I'm not. But I understand.
You do.
Yeah. I mean, how can you even be ready to make a commitment? I mean, you were in love with Becky a couple months ago.
That's true.
You know what? To tell you the truth, I don't think I'm even ready for one either, so...
Yeah, right.
What?
Oh, come on, Amber. You are so in love with me, it's ridiculous.
Excuse me?
I see the way you follow me around with those puppy dog eyes. Oh, CJ, you're so wonderful, man. To tell you the truth, it's actually kind of embarrassing.
I have never...
Please, Amber, please. Everybody sees it.
You know what? I take that back. I am so glad that you are leaving.
I'm not
You know,
leaving.
because you are the most self-centered, stuck-up little... What?
I'm not leaving.
But... you said...
What I said was if. If I wasn't ready to give you those things. But I am. Amber, I love you. I really love you, and I know it's been really fast, and I know it seems a little crazy, but I don't care. We have something that is so good between us. You know, and so what if it is not happening in the right place or at the right time in your life? You know, if there is one thing that I learned from Becky, is that you can't put stuff like this on a schedule. You can't. Amber, I know what I want. After months of being so torn up and confused inside, I know what I want. I know what I want, and it is you. It is you and little Eric, the three of us as a family.
We already are.
Not like we could be. Not like we would be if you and I were married. Amber, will you marry me?
That is a horrible thing to say to me.
What did you think? I'd be handing out cigars?
You know, no matter what I did, this is still your child.
Well, don't remind me. Makes me sick what I've done. Wish it never happened. I wish to God this child didn't exist.
You know, I don't know why I've been wasting my time trying to get through to you. Or to win your trust.
Trust you? What kind of a fool would I have to be, Morgan?
All right, I get your point. Now just get out. I don't need you or anybody else. I've got my own child. I've got to get back to work.
What happened?
I was standing on the chair and I fell. Rich, it really hurts. Please help me. Oh my God, I'm bleeding. Call an ambulance, please. I can't move. Oh, Rich, I'm really bleeding, please. This is serious. No, not my baby. Rich, please don't leave me here. Rich, help me, please.
Please. Rich. Rich.